Okay, so just to recap, since I didn't do any filming, I've got hold of some red paint and I've given these parts a top coat of red just to bring it out a bit better. Giving all these parts a top coat of white just to make it a bit more, to make the shading a bit more subtle. And I've also added some detailing to the inner frame of the back skirt and to the front skirts here, and over here is just some of the thrusters which I still need to give a coat of yellow. And I've got to give everything a clear coat here, and we're ready to assemble and do some panel lining. There's some parts up here. Here's the weapon, or the axe, that's been masked off several times. That's just waiting to dry at the minute, and that'll be given a clear coat too. And then finally I can get on with doing the detailing. Okay, that's everything now reassembled. As you can see, at this point I'm going to add a clear coat on top of everything all over again for some panel lining. And once the panel lining is complete, there'll be a couple of decals, then a top coat. Okay, so I thought I'd quickly go over just how I go about doing some panel lining. And I've got here a very dirty can of enamel, as you can see. And I'm going to bust this open. Let's stir this up. At the minute it's incredibly thick, and that's because some of the thinner has dried up a bit. It's quite an old can. So give it a good mix. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this into my paint tray. That'll be enough. In fact, that's more than enough. And next I'm going to add a little bit of just normal enamel thinner. I have used lighter fluid before, but I find that to be a lot more corrosive, so I tend to use this. I'll put a couple of drops in just to see what that's like. I tend to mix up paints how I feel. I know it's not a very exact science, but that's the way I work. So, how are we looking? Still a bit thick. So a little bit more thinner. I want it to flow quite well, because the surface is a little bit rough. Please excuse my son singing in the background. There's actually this great big glowing thing in the sky over England at the minute. I think some people call it sun. So we're just enjoying the glowing thing in the sky. Okay, that's looking about right. If I pull it to the side and it drips away quite easily and leaves quite a clear space there, then I know it's kind of at where I need it to be. So I'm ready to start doing some panel lining. Okay, most importantly of course is having a good brush. I've got an incredibly fine spotting brush. This is what I usually use. And I'm just going to take a little bit just to fill up the tip. Don't know how well you can see that. And then I'm going to take what I want panel lined. It's going to be this little square here. And I'm going to be as careful as I possibly can, because more mess is more work for you to tidy up afterwards. So it's best just to be as careful as you can to start with. So get into the panel line. Okay, not much is happening, which probably means I don't have enough paint loaded into the tip of the brush. So let's go again. It's not flowing at all. It's a bit worrying. There we go. Okay. As you can tell, it is quite painstaking doing this, but it's all worth it in the end. Okay, so once you have panel lined, of course, you're going to have a bit of excess left afterwards, as you can see here. So the easiest way to do that, once you've let it dry for sort of 10 to 20 minutes, is to give it a scrub with some thinner. So I have some thinner in here, some normal enamel thinner, and just top it up a bit more. Okay, I'm going to just fill up this cotton swab with some thinner. Then I'm going to remove a lot of the excess, so it's very deeply inside of the cotton swab. And then I'm going to very, very carefully, very gently, just remove any excess. And you've got to be very, very gentle when you're doing this, because if you rub too much, you will take the paint off. I guarantee it. Hopefully you can see this alright. If you can't, then I'm probably wasting my time filming this. It's a little bit rough, but I think we got it. There we go. Right, so that's my panel lining done. As you can see, well, as you'll probably struggle to see, a little bit there. Now all that remains is just to wait for this to dry. I need to give it another clear coat, just to seal it all in, and then I'm going to add just a few decals. Not sure what decals yet. See what done with detailing there. But yeah, maybe a few warning stickers, a couple of Xeon logos. I'll see what I can find. I think I might actually use some of the supplied dry rub transfers which are here. I'll certainly use the numbers, I think, on the shield, maybe on the front skirt, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that tiny symbol there, if you'll ever focus, I might use that on the front skirt. We shall wait and see. I've got to leave that for a good, I don't know, at least 6 hours. Possibly might leave it a bit longer, do a clear coat, and then I'm probably going to run out of time, so I'll probably be finishing this off next weekend, most likely. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.